I need a little more money this week. I need a little more money this month. I didn't say I deserve it. I said I need it. Well, life was not designed to give you what you need. Life was designed to give you what you deserve. Okay, I think I got it. How's that little intro logo? How you guys doing on YouTube? How you doing on the podcast? How are you doing on whatever platform you're seeing me? We do kick this thing off live on YouTube. So YouTube Live, I can actually see you, all 2 of you, 3 of you, 4, 5 of you. If you're listening to me on the podcast, I've been testing out this multi-format. So how you guys doing? I'm just going to roll with it because I'm going to repeat what I said. It kind of really hit me on April 1st, oddly enough. I had to remind myself because I need some things. I need them, but maybe I don't deserve them. What I started the show with today is life was not designed to give you what you need. Life was designed to give you what you deserve. And I recently forgot about that. I had to remind myself. I had to give myself a little kick in the booty because I need something right now. And it doesn't matter what you need, folks. Do you deserve it? So before I jump into my situation, I'd like to ask you, what do you need? I'll tell you what I need, and it's very clear what I need, but unfortunately, needing it hasn't been working for me, and I should have known better. I must deserve it. I'm really going to talk about planting those seeds before you can cultivate the harvest. Did I say that right? I know there's a biblical term. Maybe in the YouTube chat, you can put it in, guys, live, and I'll see it and I'll repeat it. If you're listening to me on the Life Hacks podcast, just say it out yourself. Say it out loud. You reap what you sow. Is that it? I'm not too good in my biblical terms. Okay, so let's go along here. That applies to everything. If I got $1 for every time someone said, I need more money, I need more audience members. Now that's very specific to my niche because I'm a work from home person and I teach people how to generate an income from home and build their own audience. And that's by selling things. So we do it through personal branding and online marketing. Wow. There's no squirrels here. I'm indoors. I will get into that as I share with you a challenge I've given myself. I haven't shared it until I successfully completed it. I'm almost there. So I will complete it tomorrow. It looks like I'm going to make it happen. It was a self-inflicted challenge to get momentum into deserving the thing I need. So I need more audience members for my business. I need them. I need them, yo. But do I deserve them? I do not deserve them. And I'll tell you why in a second. But I really need you to ask yourself, what do you feel that you need? Then I need you to ask yourself, do you deserve it? It's really simple. It's really simple. I'm actually going to use my orange Sharpie. For those of you listening on the podcast, I highly recommend, oh, I'm getting pumped up. I highly recommend you write this one down. Life was not designed to give you what you need. Life was designed to give you what you deserve. So true. So true. I've lived this. Let's talk about the seeds. You plant those seeds, okay? I'm going to use my terminology. They may not be biblically biblically correct, right? They may not be biblically correct, but I visualize it. I visualize planting seeds, and some days I'll plant a couple, some days I'll plant a ton, and then I go back and I reap that harvest, but I never stop planting those seeds. So you want sales? Do you need sales? Okay, well, do you deserve sales? How many calls have you made? How many people have you spoken to? Oh, you don't know what to say, do you? You don't know how to approach people. You have no one to talk to. Well, figure it out. You got to deserve it. You can't just need things. And that applies to absolutely everything in life. I did take notes because I feel that this episode, not only does it apply to everything, but it's a real slap in the face, or a real punch in the face, in terms of taking accountability and not counting on anyone. Do you deserve the thing? I harped on that for quite a while. I'm going to share with you what I need, and I need bad. Because I say I need it bad. It's just what I need. It's what I need at this point in my life, and it's not money. Many of you are saying, I need money. I just need more money. Oh my God, guys, I hear that all the time. I just need more money. Actually, it's in those exact words. I just need more money. Who doesn't? Well, I don't know if I should say that. I'm okay there, but I need something else badly, and it's audience. I need audience members. I need a larger audience and viewership. I need it. Doesn't matter. Do I deserve it? So before I jump into my self-inflicted challenge, I gotta deserve it. I gotta plant some seeds, yo. I haven't been planting the seeds that I need to be planting. So today I will be extremely specific on what I am planting, because I know that these seeds, specific seeds I will talk about for my situation, need to be planted to get the harvest, which is audience members, that I require. You're going to have to fill in the blanks for your need. Do you deserve it? So fill in the blanks. I think I covered it all. There's a sentence I really, really like. It's, reaping is reserved for the planters. When you're planting seeds, you know what you see? Nothing. You don't see anything until the seeds sprout. Is that properly said? So I think I covered that, because now I'm just going to go. I tried to paint the planting of the seeds visual, but the people who follow me and follow my content, there are very few of you, which is why I need to buy my audience. I need to buy my audience by planting seeds. I need to deserve it. So here we go. In order for me to reap the harvest of a larger audience, I need to plant seeds in the form of value, consistent, valuable pieces of content. That is what I need to do. Those are my seeds. So have I been doing that? No, I have not been doing that. And I'm complaining to myself. I was complaining to myself today. Why is my audience not growing? Why is there only 9 people on this YouTube live? Well, okay, we may hit 15. We may peak at 12 or 15 tonight. That's not what I need. I need more. Well, it doesn't matter if I need more. I must deserve more. So I'm going to go into it. This is a sentence that I kind of jotted down for my situation. Don't take your need to the marketplace. How often do you guys see that? I just need a couple more sales, or I just need a couple more team members to hit this, or I just need a break, or I just need a little bit more luck. Don't take your need to the marketplace. Take your seed to the marketplace. So here we go. I think I can transition into my situation. My goal, my ultimate goal, is to become an influencer. For those of you watching, cheers. For those of you listening, I'm having a sip of my energy drink Rockstar because I really spanked myself into action. And you guys were not going to hear about this. As a matter of fact, it was just a self-inflicted secret challenge to myself to start getting momentum on providing quality content such as this evening. This is a piece of content that I'm creating when I have absolutely no time. I have all the excuses in the world. I have, right now I'm averaging about 4, 5, 6. Today I had 7 coaching calls. On top of that, I can go on and on and on with excuses. Believe me, I'm going to take a sip. I'll do a cheers and I'll tell you how I've self-inflicted, I don't even know if that's the right word, self-imposed a challenge to myself, not unlike many top peak performers do. They create their own disciplinary measures and they must follow them, because if they do not, it's worse than disappointing someone else. If you start disappointing yourself and letting yourself down, that's a whole other issue that I can't, that goes deep. You cannot let yourself down if you make a decision. I don't want to, can I have one squirrely moment, guys? Can I have one squirrely moment? I quit drinking alcohol after a lifetime of drinking badly. And this is just a side note, but I want to remind you guys that quitting drinking is not difficult. It's actually not difficult, but making the decision is difficult. That's the difficult part. Every time I quit in the recent past, I made attempts. I'm taking a sip of Rockstar because I didn't want this to go this way, but I started my thought. I might as well finish it. Cheers. It's a Rockstar drink. The hardest thing for me was making the decision to stop. That was it. Once I've made the decision, it was firm, it was done, and then that was the hard part. I'm like, oh, I did it. I finally did it. This is very recent, by the way. I've tried to quit, but the decision was not made. So once you get good at giving yourself orders to make a decision, if you don't make the decision, that's okay. That takes time. That's difficult to do. Oh, I think I went in another topic. I want to stay on track, but I will finish my thought. Once you do make the decision, you can't go back. And many top peak performers, professional athletes, feel the same way. They get up at 4 o'clock. It's not because it's definitely not because their trainer's telling them to. That may help, but they make a promise to themselves. So that's what I did. And with absolutely no time on the clock, I ordered myself on April 1st that I must get the wheels turning on providing seeds to the marketplace. That's what I need to do. I want audience members. I must create, for those of you watching, I just had a hair on my cheek. I'm not crying. I'm very proud of myself for a lot of stuff I've done, but I'm not proud of myself for providing quality content out into the marketplace. I haven't been doing it because these are not excuses, but I would really like to share with you guys what happens once you make a decision. This was not even the topic of this podcast, excuse me, but I needed to start planting seeds because I needed to deserve an audience. If you're asking yourself, what do you share content about? Well, I had no idea on April 1st. I said I must produce one piece of content, one piece of value, put it out in the marketplace, and plant those seeds again. When I was planting daily seeds in the past, I got some massive harvests, huge. It blows my mind how long it takes for those seeds to harvest. But if you plant a bunch of seeds and you don't stop, and you plant like on day one, or week one, every single day you plant a seed, they're all going to come up at around the same time, but it may be 3 months down the line. But they've been planted. Now you must continuously plant them, because you don't want to plant those seeds and then take a break. And then when you get your harvest, you're like, okay, I've made it. I've crossed to that chasm. No, you're going to dry out. You stopped planting seeds. Comprende? Okay. So now we're going with a very specific, it's not an example, it's what I'm into. As a matter of fact, today is day number 6. And this content is based on the challenge itself. Because it's not always, you think it's not always easy to come up with content. I bet you guys, you had 5 pieces of content that crossed your mind at some point today. Look. For those of you watching, I just had the idea. I'm like, oh, I mean, I have to do it by 9 p.m. I've got something going on at 10. I got to crank this out. It's already 9:16 on YouTube Live, almost 9:17. I can ramble on for 45 minutes if I want to. So stick around, guys. I won't do that. But I had to think of something to talk about, because this is the only possible hour I have. And in the past couple of days, I had no time, and I'll tell you how I dealt with that. So I made myself a promise to get the ball rolling and plant some seeds in form of content. I'm going to share my challenges with you guys, just because if I can do it, if I can plant these seeds, which are in the form of content, with no ideas of what I'm going to talk about, just making that decision, and just do it for 7 days. I don't need to do it every day. But here's what happens. If I do it in the worst possible time and worst possible situation for me, I'm in some I'll tell you my challenges, but if I can get 7 pieces done now, I'm doing this program called the Octo content model. When I create content, it must turn into a podcast episode. It must go on all platforms. It has to go through a bunch of things. I committed to Octo contenting, is what we call it in our program. 1 piece per day for 7 days, just to weather that storm. Take that Ferrari out for top speed. Break it in. Break in the process and do it hard and get it done in a really tough time. So that's what I'm doing. And this is day number 6. And tomorrow's the final day. I'll probably call it tomorrow. I can already tell you what number 7 will be. Same time, same place. How about that? 9 p.m. Eastern time on YouTube. Join me here. If you're listening to the podcast, well, you don't get it live. You get it afterwards. But it will be about the focus. It will be about laser focus tomorrow. Now let's go back to today. As a matter of fact, I'm going to write it down now. There it is. I'm going to win my challenge for laser focus. Sorry guys, if you're listening on the podcast. I have no idea why I did that voice. It's just because I'm excited to talk about that. But now we'll go back to planting those seeds. Now, I have to get momentum. My seeds must only be planted once a week, not every single day. Why am I doing a 7-day challenge? Like I said, to break in the process, to kick myself in the ass and get myself moving in the hardest possible times. Right now, it has nothing to do with the coronavirus when I say hardest possible times. Now we're specifically talking about me. I challenged myself to what I just told you. 1 piece of content per day. Why is it challenging for me? My creative faculties are already taken up. I'm doing 2 trainings per week. I'm doing, I'm going to just say it really quick. And these are not excuses. They're just to let you know that I was still able to crank it out with no preparation. I'm doing 2 programs at the same time, something called Brand Resume. I must prepare it. I must teach it. I have a paid audience that shows up, so I'm not just rambling, and it's amazing stuff. So I must craft the content. I must be creative enough to put it in a simple way. I must figure things out. I'm creating courses, and I'm teaching it to live audiences. And these are twice a week, and they're very intense courses. So doing the course is one thing, but teaching it and crafting it and designing it takes a lot of time physically, but it also takes a lot of time creatively. This is why tomorrow is going to be a great episode. You guys should really tune in. YouTube Live, I see you. I may jump in. This will be interesting. Almost like a little webinar. So if the people listening on the podcast, I may take a live question. If you guys want to pop it in the YouTube Live, and we'll answer it on the podcast. We'll answer it now. That'd be pretty cool. I never even considered that. So I've got those things going on. On top of that, I've got coaching calls, which shift my focus. I got to turn off I got to wear different hats. And now I'm throwing this in the mix. I must throw this in the mix. I must throw it for the seed planting, but I'm also doing it because I would say through the both programs, there's only about 100 people taking this specific paid program. So if my people, the LaBoomers we call ourselves in this specific program, if the LaBoomers see me do this, I believe it will trigger inspired action. A leader doesn't just sit on his soapbox. I must walk the walk. I must do the thing that I teach. I must do it. That's what leaders do. They jump in the trenches. This is a whole other content. I got to stay on track. We got to stay with the planting of the seed because I will tell you how I did it, okay? Here we go. April 1st. That wasn't so bad, April 1st, because I set up the challenge. I had time to think about a first idea, and I had just read an amazing book. So that's kind of where I kicked it off, and I said, have you decided, Mark? Have you decided? I'm talking to myself, by the way, for the podcast listeners. My name is Mark. Have you decided, Mark? In my other self voice. Have you decided? Yeah, you're going to do the 7-day self-imposed challenge? Okay, decision made. No turning back now. I haven't even checked my schedule. Too bad, decision made. Well, I got 6 coaching calls that day. Too bad, decision made. Well, there's not enough time in the day. Too bad, figure it out, Mark. That's my other self talking to me. The one that speaks to me after I make the decision. Sorry, you already committed, Mark. You got to do it. You got to figure it out. Just don't sleep. Take power naps throughout the day. Well, I look tired on video. That's not my problem. I've never done this before on air, but I'm kind of talking to my other self. So, number 1 was use the music in your head to dominate. I was super pumped up about that. I was so pumped up about day number 1. I'm telling you guys my seeds that I'm planting that I will not see results for, by the way, for months and months and months. And if the people that are in my program are saying, you're planting seeds like crazy, Mark, you've been training like crazy for the first 3 months. That's true, but not to the masses. I've been teaching to the people who paid in the program. I must create content and put it in the marketplace on top of what I'm doing. Not every day, once a week. Okay? You're with me? Day number 1, super pumped up, super excited. Day number 1 was use the music in your head to dominate. I got overzealous because I had just read a book, The Art of Learning. Anyways, I won't go into the content itself, but I was pumped up. I knew what I was going to talk about. I knew how it's changed my life, and I did it, and I loved it, and it blew my mind, and I ran it through the Octo content. I did what I had to do to it, turned it into a podcast episode. It took me like 4 hours. I'm like, holy crap, I won't be able to pull this off on day number 2. I don't even know what I'm going to talk about on day number 2. So day number 2 comes, and I had like 23 views on my video. I'm like, oh my God, I spent all that time on day. So I'm bummed out. I'm not used to little views, and it got me off guard. Why was my viewership so low? Because I haven't been planting seeds, yo. I had nothing to reap. There is no harvest. I've been stagnant for how long? It's true. When was the last time, for those of you who know me, aside from my paid course, when was the last time I provided content into the marketplace? I haven't been planting seeds. So now what do I do on day number 2? I'm like, I need my fix. I got to keep on going, even if I'm not seeing views or engagement. There you go. That was content number 2. It's called I Need My Fix and I Need It Now. Now, the problem was I didn't have time to do it. There was not enough time in the day on my day number 2 because of my bookings. And I'm not going to cancel appointments. No. That's another decision that was made. So I took out those of you watching me, this lapel mic, and I said, I'm going to take it out for a test. I had to go get lettuce. I had to go to the money store. I go to the money store. It's my favorite store. I like to go to the money store just so I could withdraw money because, I don't know, it's one of my favorite hobbies to do. Even if I don't need the money. I just like going and taking out money. Going. It's like playing. Some people like to play baseball. I like to go to the money store. And I needed lettuce and stuff. So I said, well, I got to walk to the store anyways. And I want to get out. With the virus, I got to move my legs. So day number 2, I said, I'm taking the podcast on the road. And it turned out amazing. I'm like, okay, 2 days out of 7 done. And that was just off the cuff. And that topic was don't be attached to the views or the engagement. Keep on going. Kind of interesting. It kind of goes along the lines of plant those seeds, reap later. It's actually, there is definitely a loosely based parallel between day number 2, 3, 4, and day number 6 today. So day number 3, I was like, there was no way. I was booked. Day number 3, I had 7 coaching sessions. I have that week off of my training that I must deliver or provide. And I'm really wrestling. Wrestling is the Canadian way of saying wrestling. I was wrestling with what I'm trying to teach, which is, let me turn her off. Is she off? Which is Alexa. Alexa, stop. Turned her off. I couldn't tell the way the lighting is. If she was on or off, she was on. She was listening to everything. She likes to do that more than I know. So I'm learning how to develop for Alexa in the next week. And I'm struggling. And I must teach this to people who have paid. I need it for my business, but I also need to teach it and figure it out. To make a long story short, day number 3 wasn't happening. It wasn't happening. I'm like, not only do I not have time to create content, what am I going to talk about? I got a lot to talk about. I could find it in my brain, but I'm so focused on what I need to do. 7 calls, 7 coaching calls. And so what did I do? I was helping Chuck Arthurs. If you're watching, Chuck, hello, my friend. We were working together, and I says to myself, you know what? Let's go live. Chuck, we're live. You cool with that? Yeah, I'm cool with that. We were creating a branded quote for one that a custom, personally branded quote. And he asked me about it, and I said, let's get her done. So I recorded the whole process. It was an amazing session. The process only took a few minutes. We cropped out his image from a picture. We took a sentence that he said in one of his pieces of content. We made this beautiful branded quote with a cityscape, with his brand at the top, with the brand colors. We did it all live. I clipped it, and I'm like, phew, day number 3. 3 amazing pieces of content, probably some of my best. I'm just saying, it was amazing because I made that decision and I'm planting those seeds. Nothing's happened from those. Day number 4 was even worse. Day number 4 was even more busy. And now I'm like, I'm not even halfway there. I said 7 days. Got on with the Gotti. Got on with the Gotti. We were talking some pretty high level stuff. Actually, it was pretty high level stuff, mindset stuff. And then I shared something with Brady that is one of my biggest secrets. And I said it. I go, well, I'll share this with you, but this is something I don't share. This is day number 4. And it was in my mind not to record this and put it out there. I knew I wasn't going to do that, but I shared it with Brady. It was about watch time. How people, well, you can check it out. That was day number 4. What was it on April? Eliminate buyer resistance so people instantly buy from you with watch time. You'll understand it. It's super short. Don't let the time of the content fool you. We're 30 minutes in, and that little 2 minutes is probably more valuable than this. This is very mindset, but this isn't mindset, what I'm talking about today. You must plant those seeds for yourself to reap the rewards. Super important. Now, I told him the secret, and I think you get it, Brady. I think you know what's up. And then I says to myself, let's give it to everybody. No one's going to take action anyways. It's true. It's true, unfortunately. So there we go. We got that content. I'm really proud of that content because when I'm reluctant to give a high-level secret, it's good. And you could tell in the video, I'm like, I was pumped up to give it to him, but sometimes I got to keep some secrets for myself. I have a hair in my eye. Okay. So guess what? What did I do yesterday? Yesterday was just how to get to 7 figures using a new acronym that is called the GAS acronym. That one, once again, I did on a walk to the store. That one kind of came out of my mind. Acronym. It's about grinding, automating, and scaling. And the reason it was so easy, that one for me, is because that's how I became a millionaire. It's using that acronym. Grinding, I won't tell you what it is. Go check it out yesterday. Maybe I'll get more views than I think that one had 3 people tuning in. So I'm planting the seeds. There we go. It rounds off well. And today is day number 6. So I fit them all in. This is the first one. Is it the first one that I actually sit down? No. The first day number 1, I was able to sit in the main area as my dinner was getting prepared. Now this one here, I'm fully committed to you, which is probably why we're 32 minutes in. It's almost like a webinar. It actually could be. Might as well just keep on going and wrap it up as a webby. No, because I just want you guys to consider that. So do I end it like this? Seeds are everywhere. How? With time. I forced myself to take momentum. I will complete the 7-day challenge that I've imposed to myself, and now I'm really good at creating content. I'm back in the flow. If you're wondering, God, he rambles a lot. Well, yes, I do. I do ramble a lot. And if you're still listening to me now, you've been listening to me for 33 minutes. That is a big win for me. And if you want to know why it's a big win for me, check out my content I just talked about 3 days ago called Eliminate Buyer Resistance with Watch Time. You can go find it in the Wealth Hacks on the Wealthy Trainer website because it's on there as a blog post, because that's how we create content now. A very high level stuff we're doing, guys. I'm super pumped up. So there we go. I'm going to leave you with this. 35 minutes in. Pretty crazy. Got to plant the seeds, guys. You're not going to see results. You just won't. You must deserve the thing you want. It doesn't matter if you need it. You must deserve it. So I will read off the sentence that hopefully you will all write down. I told you I'm using my orange Sharpie to write it down myself. It goes a little something, 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 something like this. Life was not designed to give you what you need, but it was designed to give you what you deserve. Take your seed to the marketplace, not your need. Love you all. Marc Lalonde signing off. I'll see you on social media. Bye-bye now. Thank you for watching or listening. I hope this content has helped you in any way, maybe motivated, inspired you. Maybe it's triggered an idea. Maybe it's gotten you out of a rut. Maybe it's simply entertained you. Listen, I'm just an ex-computer consultant guy who lost his way to drugs and alcohol and eventually became homeless. From rock bottom, I cleaned up, I clawed my way back into the workforce. I shifted into running my own business. I've been retired from the corporate world for 7 years now, and I've never looked back. If you want to follow me on my journey or maybe even connect further, you can either go to my blog at thewealthytrainer.com. That's thewealthytrainer.com, or you can click the link in the description if you're watching this video. Marc Lalonde signing off, and I'll see you on the inside. Bye-bye now.